Hello, my name is Renika Green, and I am a class participant of the Accelerating Your Results training class. I took this class a couple of months ago because I was struggling with my weight loss as one of my main goals. I had put a goal down to lose 40 pounds for a couple of years, and I wasn't meeting that goal and wasn't getting close to that goal. I've been a participant in the AWOL program for quite some time now, probably 2 years, going on 2 years. And I was a faithful uh, participant, coming into class weekly, up to 3 times a week. And the only thing I wasn't doing was listening when coach would tell us the program, what we needed to eat, how to make the transformations happen. I wasn't listening, but I would see people all around me every time coming in doing the 90-day program and transforming and changing their lives. And it just wasn't happening for me. And so one day in the class, coach told us about the opportunity to join the Accelerating Your Results class so you could figure out what was going on, transform your mind, do the things that you needed to do necessary to make the changes in your life to transform yourself in your body, transform your mind, make some personal goals, and make some social contribution goals and even career goals. So I thought I would sign up for this class to, see what I needed to do to get further along in my weight loss journey. So I'm very happy that I did attend the class. It was a very high energy class. We learned a lot. There was a lot of participation. We got a chance to kind of interact with other class members and have accountability partners and talk about things that we were struggling with and how to get through those things. So that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about the class a lot. Um, but I remember distinctively in this class that there was a um, something that the coach referred to as the C moment, the significant emotional event that some people just have to go through in order to meet the goals and get the transformation that they are seeking. And I was starting to think about that. I had already written down my goals. I had a personal goal in mind. I had, a career goal in mind, a social contribution goal in mind. And he asked us to just focus on one of those goals. What's our top goal that we just want to have happen ASAP? And I chose losing my 40 pounds as my top number one goal. And, we had to list the things that we needed to do to make that happen. And I'd already gone through this. So it was pretty, something that I was already used to. So I knew exactly what to do, what to put, and I was ready. And it didn't hit me until he started talking about having that C moment. And Coach Ken came in and talked about his C moment. And I was like, oh my gosh, do I really need to go through having this moment in order to make this, weight loss happen? And the true point is, I was afraid to have a C moment. I really didn't want to have one because all alone throughout this class, I would tell things to myself. I would tell myself these lies, these things, these mistruths about what was going on with me or where I was. And so I would say, I'm working out. I go to work out. I'm just keeping myself in a state of just being thick. I'm just a thick person and I'm big boned. So I still look good. I just got a little extra weight on me. I'm just a little fluffy. That's all. It's no big deal. I'm good. So after the class, the last week of the class, I actually had already made arrangements to go to Costa Rica with my daughter. It was a vacation that we were having for the summer. And this was in late June. And we went and we decided to participate in the zip lining, which was an experience that neither one of us had done before. Excited and looking forward to doing this and having fun with it. I had no idea though that I was going to experience my C moment doing this event. So what happened was we were ziplining through the forest of Costa Rica. So there was like really a lot of short stops. So you would go from one end of a tree to another end of a tree, and it didn't take too long. It's just like a nice little zip ride. And what was happening is it was taking you on this course throughout the entire forest to get you to a far end of the forest in Costa Rica. So by the time you got to the other side of the forest, there was just one long zip line ride back to the beginning. So that was the end of the experience. So when I reached that point of the destination, I noticed that there were a couple of lines. So I immediately went and got behind the line where my daughter was. And I noticed that there were other parents there, people were in that line, and then there were some people in a different line. So as the operator, as I got close to the operator to have my line attached so I could ride all the way back, he looks at me and he says, and he points me in the direction to get into the other line. So I get into the other line and I notice that all these people are a little heavier. So I didn't know what was going on. Then all of a sudden I hear him on his walkie-talkie and he pushes the button and he says, I need, and he starts counting us, I need 9 taxis. So all of a sudden, this group of men start coming up and they're in their ziplining gear, and each one of them are standing next to one of us in the second line, not the first line. So everybody in the first line, they go through, everything's fine. So he pulls me up, and a guy gets on the back of me, like riding me, and we ride from one end of um, the forest to the other end to the end zone. So when I get off, I'm naturally wanting to know what was that all about, why, what was going on, and I learned that certain people that with the weight can pull the zip line down. And when it's that far, going from one end of the forest to the other end, you'll lose momentum in the middle of the zip line. And because of your weight, you can actually pull it down and just get stuck there. And they would have to figure out a way to come and get you and move you forward. So they've implemented a system that people at certain weights would have to have a person ride with them who can keep the momentum going, so that you can make it all the way to the end of the zip line. So to me, that was my C moment. And it was very embarrassing. It felt horrible. And for the first time, I actually realized that I had just gotten out of control with my weight gain. And it wasn't that I was thick, I was fat, you know. And it was just something that I didn't want to admit to. And so as soon as I got back, I pulled up all of my notes. I looked back through all of the things that the coach was saying. I went to that training class and I listened for my life. I mean, listen, I had my ears wide open. I was listening to every single word coach was saying, what you need to do. I went through the new beginners class like I had never done this before, trying to figure out what I needed to do to lose this weight. And I was just so impressed with all the things that I had learned through the Accelerating Your Results class. I looked back through my goal. I looked through those things that I said I was going to be committed to doing. And I just started doing those things. And I lost weight. I'm down about 13 pounds now in my journey, and I'm really slimming down. Like you can actually see the difference. So this picture of me was when I was in Costa Rica, compared to the picture that I took last weekend on August the 4th. So the picture on the left is taken on June 22nd. Picture on the right is August the 4th. So I'm not quite where I want to be yet, but I am transforming. And I know that it was because of me coming through this class, paying attention, experiencing my C moment, recognizing that it was my C moment, and doing the things that I needed to do to implement the new discipline and the new motivation that I needed to move forward and transform my life. So there are so many more things that are coming my way. I have written down some goals. I've looked through some of my goals that I've written down, and I know that I'm going to make the difference and the changes that I need to transform my life. And I look forward to sharing more of my success as I go along this journey. Thank you for your attention today. And please sign up for the class. You will definitely enjoy it, and it will be a life changing event for you. Thank you. Have a great day.